everybody. This is Thursday, April 2nd, 2020. We're still on ideas and we're still in our writing. I'm going to disappear out of the frame so you'll be able to see our notes and everything. So that way I can walk you through the rest of it. We left off yesterday and we were in paragraph 4, and I was wrapping it up and I was explaining 5, 6, and 7. Okay, and I moved the computer when we get down to 7. And I'm still in my art studio stuff. Things are a little bit more organized and moved around, but we're getting there, just like the writing process, 6 traits writing process, which is so important. Paragraph number 3, ideas, trait writing. We went ahead and just to recap, we were talking about Sebastian loves his toys as he throws them into the air. He plays and catches them and can entertain himself for hours. And the hours I haven't added yet, but it is up. It's the basis is up there. So remember, we're still in rough draft form. We're still in that revising and editing. We're in the drafting. Let's see, right here. We're in the drafting stage here. Pre-write and drafting is where we're at. So we haven't even started to share the draft yet. We haven't started to revise the draft yet. This is our rough draft. This all has notes on it. And you notice that I've added in paragraph 4, 5, and 6, I've added red and some highlights in there too, because I'm getting ready to take all of this and put it in a formal write, to put it in a formal essay. So that way then it looks more like the essay or research paper that you're used to seeing. This is so important to actually lay the groundwork so you know where you're going, you know your goals, you know your objectives, you know what's required of you. 6+1 writing trait rubric is what this is. This is the new one. I just printed this off and it is online and Google you can get it. Ideas and content is what we're doing here. It is the main theme and supporting details that we're going over. And I've added quite a bit since yesterday. This was all blank yesterday. And I like doing it this way because you actually get to see the writing process create itself. You create it. It is not cut and paste. It is not put all these authors or all this other research information into your paper. It is you talking to your reader. And that is the bottom line that you want to take away. That is your objective and goal, that you are going to talk to your reader 100% of the time through your words, through the 6 traits, so that way they can have the same success that you guys have learned to earn through New Learning. Because New Learning has all the resources, has all the accommodations you need in order for you to earn that 100%. And that's always our goal, correct? But when you know how to do it, it's not that hard. A lot of times, many of you and I've had this conversation where you're doing it the hard way, or you've been taught a certain way and you're trying to do it, but you can't remember how to do it. So hopefully this process, when you see it in front of you, you can play it back several times. I don't have to be in the frame. I would prefer interactive whiteboard. I could not get working. All I could get was this video working. So that's what I prefer, because then I could share with you my Smartboard 6 traits lessons that I haven't used in a while, but I did create them and I had used them for 12 years and with huge success. Success meaning 100% of the time, my students did earn those high honor roll grades, just the same as you are experiencing in New Learning honor roll grades. No matter who you are, no matter what label you have on yourself, no matter what you want to do, it is 100%. You have that option to earn, which is your objective and goal. And that's 100% of the time. How do you get there? We're using ideas and facts, supporting valuable, reliable facts, because we know we're going to be moving into argument eventually. And this is not argument right now. This is only informational. But in my mind, I'm always thinking of ahead. What am I going to do? What's my next step? Where am I going with this? This is my roadmap. This is my atlas. This is telling me that I'm going to have A+ 100% paper. Remember, this scoring guide goes up to 6, exemplary. 5 here is strong, 4 is proficient. Am I going to look at 3 developing? No, because my 4 here is a C on this rubric. So anytime you see a 6, always go to the 4. If you see a 5, you're only going down to the 3. You never want to go to the bottom 2 or 3, no matter how many columns they have here. And usually it's a 5 or a 6, okay, for the 6+1 rubric. Okay, so saying that exceptionally is clear, focused, engaging with relevant, strong supporting detail. Wait a minute, we have facts, we have supporting details, reliable, valuable, verifiable. We have dialogue that we talked about yesterday, and if you notice, I'm circling some of the words that I went ahead and put in for today, because now I know I'm going to be going down to word choice, and I know I'm going to be looking at voice next for the next trait. Now, organization is somewhat put in here, but not really, because these are still our rough notes. Organization comes in when everything is organized in a logical and creative manner. We are purposely organizing it in a creative manner. So when we put that in our final paper, all we really have to look at, which sentence are we going to have first, second, and third in our paragraph? Our paragraphs are already decided for us. Organization also is in transition sentences that we need to put where this black line is on each one. Remember the first one? I put in there, transition sentence right here. Transition sentence. And so these black lines are going to house transition sentences all the way through our document, which is great. I'm already thinking we're excited because I have to cite where I'm getting my information, which is our paragraph 5 today. Paragraph 5 today, I put wow, because we compared details. Compared details I went over yesterday, correct? And if you notice, and I said we're going to compare and contrast. Compare, contrast. Remember, I was there. Compare, contrast. It's like a sandwich. You unfold it, and you always have a compare. You always have a contrast. When you do that, you see both sides of the argument, both sides of the coin. You always have to have pros and cons. If you don't have both sides, you don't have argument. All you've done is persuade. Everyone can persuade. Not everyone can argue. So that's what I want to teach you next, is setting up any document. If this is a summary, if it's a memo, it's not. Even if it's a research paper, it's basically an informational essay is what it is right now. It's easier to do with informational essays, so you'll get all the details in it. Perfect. I love it. Because when I get to organization, my rubric tells me creative and engaging into intro and conclusion. Well, down here, sorry, here we go. Down here is my conclusion at the very bottom. I still don't see it. There it is. And do you notice yesterday I did not have my thesis here. On the first paragraph, I did not write my thesis statement yet. That's way up here. I do not have a thesis statement anywhere here. I put it in there, but I hadn't written it yet. When I finished completing the research for paragraph 5 and 6, and I've added some for 4, then and only then, when I'm at the end, I'm going to go back, and you do the same thing for your title. And you look at it and you go, wait a minute, now I have a thesis. Now I know what my thesis statement is. Now you're going to put it in because this is my rough draft. The same with your conclusion. They're going to sandwich each other. They're going to complement. The rubric says they have to effectively engage the reader. If it doesn't effectively engage anybody who reads it, you do not have a 5 exemplary earned grade. You do not have 100%. Okay, so maybe if it's not exemplary, maybe it's just strong. A strong one will still give you a 90% grade. That's still an A, B. You're still okay. You're still an honor roll level, and that's a strong order and structure, inviting into and satisfying closure. I planned it that way. I'm planning my paper. I'm planning that my conclusion is going to match my thesis that's at the beginning of my paper because I have it here. I haven't written it here yet, but I did write it here after I got done with my research. So let me go ahead. It's 9 minutes in, almost 10 minutes in. We also want voice. We want to look for, and the words that we're going to use for voice is expressive, engaging, sincere, from the heart, strong sense of audience. Remember, we're doing the senses. Okay. Appropriate to audience and purpose. What is our purpose and goal? 100%. What is our purpose and goal? Our reader is going to get everything and they're going to learn something from our research and from our information. And when they learn, long-lasting lesson is what I put in paragraph 6, because that's what we want to know. What did we learn? Can we teach it to someone else? Has someone else read our paper and they're going to get the same information from us, or can we even add more details? Depends on your topic. Context clues. I picked Sebastian because he's a kitty. It's simple, it's easy, but at the same time, you get the drift, you get the information. Now, if you get more complex information like American government or history that you haven't learned, you have to go back and learn it. You have to go back and read it. You have to go back and get it in order for this rubric and for you to earn that 100%. But you guys have been doing that. You guys have been doing that and been learning, and I'm so proud of you because you do the close read. You do the careful analysis. You do the application, which is Bloom's taxonomy. You do the evaluation of it. You have all of it. And you're not learning basic memorization. You're not circling just facts on a paper. You're learning it. And I'm very proud of you for that. Saying that, here's voice. Appropriate to audience and purpose. There's your purpose and goals again. Writer behind the words comes through your voice. That's your voice, not my voice, not encyclopedia dictionary voice. It's your voice. Shows emotion, humor, honesty, suspense, or life. And as you know, life is a roller coaster ride up and down. We're on a roller coaster ride right now. We don't know what's going on. They say April 15th. Now they say April 30th. We don't know. They haven't made anything conclusive yet. We're in limbo. That's okay. That's what limbo means. So we're still doing it. I'm still teaching. You're still learning. It's okay. New learning will come back up, and you're practicing writing and hopefully still practicing your journal writing at home. Even your everyday occurrences is helping you to write the 6-trait way. So when you come back, you have a plan for every writing piece that you have to write. It gives you a rubric. And this rubric, I'll make sure I have posted. I have handouts for you if you need them. And plus, I'm going to go ahead and take a picture and send it to Miss Mills so she can post it to the Google Classroom or wherever the videos are going to be. It's like, yeah, and I do believe it's a Google Classroom. Sorry. As I plan this lesson, I have planned out since yesterday. Yesterday's lesson, the day before. It takes me a good day and a half to plan out my lessons because I'm thinking of so many aspects of it. Okay, so we want clear, focused ideas, appropriate detail, inviting, intro, and satisfying closure as organization. Audience, I want to hear your voice. I want to be expressive. Let's find out what I found out today when I started doing the research for cat behavior for kittens. Misty is teaching him social skills. We talked about that yesterday. Sebastian meows loud equals Misty comes running to help when he has a high pitch, really high pitch. When he does that, she comes running and wants to find out what's going on with him. Importance for kitties to play with other cats, social behavior. We mentioned that in paragraph 4, the social behavior, climbing, pouncing, playing, running, frisky. This is what I got down here from Vet Street. I also got it from humanities.com. .com or .org. Humane Society. Humane Society, excuse me. Misspoke again. Humane Society, I think it's .com.org /resources kitties. Notice how I put it on my notes because I lost it. I will remember it wrong every single time. And I know you guys do the same thing, so I write it down. The end of the 3rd week in a kitty, they start to build their social character. They build their social behavior. So the Humane Society, which I've cited the source, and I cited Vet Street, which is the source as well. And there's also YouTube, and there's tons of videos on YouTube about social behavior in kittens and cats. Oh my gosh, I didn't list them all. I only have 5 sources, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But my Works Cited page now has 5 sources, and all it's required is 2 or 3. And sometimes only 1. One I don't like. I like the 2 or 3 because that shows that you've done the research correctly. So learn. What did I learn from this reading? The importance for kitties to play with other cats is the social behavior. This is the compare. And it is so important that a lot of people don't realize this, especially with a lot of feral cats out there, is that how to be a cat. Humane Society tells humans how cats are supposed to be, how they're to be a cat. Who's in charge? Humane Society. Kittens handled by humans 15 to 40 minutes per day. Their brains get larger. Their brains grow. They love the affection. They are more settled. They're calmer. They don't want to fight. They don't want to be territorial. They learn to get along with humans and with other cats as well, which is what Sebastian is learning. He was very wild. He was very like all the time, and he wanted to bite, 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 bite. And so now I've worked with him on the biting, and now he does this, and then and I go no, and he releases, and he's like, oh, you belong to me. Yes, I know I belong to you, but you're not going to bite mommy. You're not going to come down hard because his little teeth are coming in. So now he doesn't. He just touches and he releases, touches and releases. And then with Misty is helping every time he bites hard, she bites him back really hard, which is the social behavior. So it's there. So his little brain is getting larger according to the Humane Society because, we love him more than 15 or 40 minutes a day. He gets constant love. So play is a vital part of kitten development, is according to Vet Street. Play helps young cats develop predatory and locomotive skills. I circled this. Young cat develops predatory locomotive skills because when I go to word choice, I want to make sure I keep that information in my sentences. It's so important because I want that A or I want that 90% or 100%. And that's where I'm going. That's my goal. That's my objective. Okay. Contrast to all of this. Oh, and it also helps adult cats in the wild when they do this, when the kittens play like this. It helps them to become a calmer adult cat, one that can teach other kittens and can adapt well to human beings. So humans basically need cats. Cats need humans. We interconnected that way. If there's no interaction, then, and this is something that I have learned over time, but that I would have to go back up, and this is Psychology Today, and this is interaction with humans, how humans grow up, how the human condition is from birth until death. No interaction like humans, kittens can die. If there's no interaction at all, if the mama leaves it and there's nobody else that picks up that kitten or that helps that kitten or anything, the kitten could die. If mama knows that mama has to touch that kitten so many minutes or so many hours, that's just instinct. And that's another paper we could do, is the instinct of a cat. So that way that they know that their siblings or the babies, the kittens, will survive. Okay, they will stop eating. Kittens will actually stop eating because they're going to get ready to die, feels not wanted, and then death will actually ensue, is what I've read. But play behavior on YouTube is so important, along with Vet Street, predatory locomotive skills adult cats need in the wild, and they need to keep their claws. A lot of people declaw cats, and that is controversial. So that is up in the air. That's like abortion, no abortion. That's like, vaccines, no vaccines, same thing. We have controversial topics constantly in our society. So this is one of them, keep claws. And all of these websites, chewy.com, PetSmart.com, YouTube.com, Humane Society, and Vet Street are all my sources that I'm going to have on my Works Cited page. Wrapping it up is paragraph 6. So I have about 11 minutes left. So important for human interaction, and I circled human interaction because I want that in my paper as well, equals life. Otherwise, we know it's death. Other cats, important social behavior. So the more cats that interact with this kitten, the better off. I have a male cat. He's in his bedroom. He has his own bedroom here in the house. And that little Sebastian will go and visit him. He never growls at him. And all of a sudden, Sebastian will come streaking out of that bedroom at top speed and looks back. So my male cat has put him in his spot, but he's learning from my male cat the dominance, because now my Misty is the only other female cat, and she comes whining to me to want me to pick her up because Sebastian is bugging her so much. It's like hilariously funny. So he is gaining his dominance through my other male cat, and he's learning, which is what he's supposed to do. Specific details: learn to hunt, predatory. He takes the little mice that we have, little play mice and stuff, throws it up in the air. He will purposely throw it at Misty and then go get it. So he's playing his predatory role as a male cat, that I'm over you. It doesn't matter that I just came into this house, but I'm going to rule you one day. And she's getting that loud and clear, and she doesn't really like it. Keep their claws. Young cats can develop a larger brain, is what I put from down here in paragraph 6, and proper locomotive skills. Now, I did not look up locomotive skills yet. Okay, that's up here. And that's going to be from vetstreet.com, because they had more information. But this gives me my game plan. This gives me my outline of where I'm going for my writing. The long-lasting lesson. What is the long-lasting lesson? What I learned is cats and humans equal similar positive interactions to survive. So we both need each other. Okay, we both need companionship. We both need to actually have that interaction. So I'm going to add more details, look up my specific details, wrapping it up. There's so much more like humans. Back in the Egypt day, when the kings and queens would pass away or die, and they had them in the pyramids, they actually embalmed, as you know, they embalmed themselves and they embalmed their cats. And they found, when they opened up the tombs, that there were actually lots of cats. It's like because they believed that cats actually added, superstitious or whatever, but they had the belief that was good luck, especially black cats. Today, black cats, I think, have a negative. A lot of people look at them negatively, and I don't know why, because I love them. I think they're adorable, any type of cat or animal. I can't hurt them. No way. They're all special. Positive interaction to survive. We need positive interaction to survive. I do know that humans will die without positive stroking or hugging or holding. A baby will die. Same with the kitten. So we both need the same thing. I will move down to the conclusion, because I have about 7 minutes left. This went fast, as I was hoping that I would have more time, but I don't. So it'll have to be for tomorrow's video. Conclusion, I did not write because I want more information here, and my conclusion is going to be 1 or 2 sentences. In fact, what I have down here right now on the very bottom could well be my conclusion, which is my thesis statement and my quote. And I could just leave it at that. I probably am going, I left this blank because I really feel more comfortable putting another sentence in there, having 2 or 3 sentences for my conclusion for an informational page. Okay, so I don't know what that is yet, because I'm still planning my paper. I'm almost to the point where I can start writing my paper, but right now I'm still planning it. So the quote that I found, which I love, is, "My cats came out of nowhere and became my everything." And I put 2 little kitties here because that's Misty and Sebastian right now. I should put a 3rd one, I guess, for Tigger as well. Thesis: Sebastian, the rescue kitty, wanted to survive and thrive, asked for help as his instinct told him he needed humans to survive. When he came up and he asked for help, and he kept going and he kept finding food, and he was hungry. And so eventually he found someone that would help him, which was perfect. So I thought this is a great quote, because cats do come out of nowhere and become my everything. They keep me company because I have no one else. It's like I just have my cats here. So since we're in quarantine, in isolation, I have them to play with and for them to cuddle with, and they come and cuddle with me, which is perfect, which is the way it's supposed to be. So we have now pre-writing. Yes, we have our pre-write. We have our drafting. We're starting to do the drafting, and I'm going to add, and I figured out through the drafting and sharing my draft with you is that I need to revise some things. I need to still do some research. I need to add some things to it. I did circle my word choices. Who's in charge? The Humane Society. Cats know they're in charge. Okay? We don't have to tell them that they're in charge. I'm going to look at my rubric, my ideas. Are my ideas exceptionally clear and focused? I think they are. Are they engaging? Yes, because I have social skills. I have playful kitten. I have dialogue, and I'm going to add more dialogue to this. I have Misty, who's the older cat. I have the social behavior that's embedded all the way through. I have it in almost every paragraph. I have predatory behavior in 2 to 3 paragraphs. I also have fiction, what is not happening, that this is not fiction, this is true to life. I also have my thesis now that I can go ahead and add to my beginning paragraph that I did before. And it all started with specific examples. All started with Sebastian can play for hours with his favorite toys. Am I going to add more to paragraph 2? Absolutely, because all I have is chewy.com here, and look at over here. I have all this information, climbing, pouncing, playing, running, frisky. I did not even, let me move this back up again, sorry. It'd be great for an interactive whiteboard. I don't have it, so I have to deal with it. Predatory, climbing, pouncing, playing, running, frisky, all of those, and I put it in pen here, hopefully you can see it. We can add sentences for each one. So that's 5 additional sentences, or 2.5 if I want to combine 2 together into one sentence. All of this has become sentences. This all goes in my works cited page here, but this all becomes sentences, and so we need more details to actually do it. And specific details, I listed them here. So cat can develop, young cat can develop a larger brain, proper locomotive, all of those sources. I'm really kind of pleased with how it turned out. I hope you are pleased with yours as you're writing with me, as we're writing it together. If you can't hear your voice, or if you use inappropriate words, if your writing seems mechanical, like you don't hear your voice, you don't hear, like here I hear my voice. Sebastian and Misty are not cartoon characters. I hear my voice. Play is a vital part of kitten development. That's my voice. I took that information from that website and I put it in my own words. I understood the concept, and then I made sure they were in my own words. Descriptive. Evidence. I have facts and evidence. That's why I put that up there. Supporting, reliable, verifiable. So now I have an argument in place. If someone wants to argue with me, I have a lot of information that I can come back. Look at my works cited. This is my informational argument here. This is my informational argument here. That I'm going to go ahead and continue that research and add more specific details because they're like humans more than we know. Are we just learning this? Pretty much, yes. If we didn't do this paper, did the Egyptians know that before we did? They actually did, which is kind of cool. Now, you notice I didn't say anything about sentence fluency, and sentence fluency is the rhythm and the flow and the variety. So as we read and we create our sentences and put our transition sentences in, the fluency is high degree of craftsmanship. I don't know about you, but a craftsmanship, if you craft something, like, let me use my coffee mug for a moment. Okay, this is one of my previous students. Their mom actually is a potter back in Wisconsin. And so she has her own shop in Lake Geneva. And she actually made this one of my gifts. I love gifts for my kids. This is one of the gifts that she made me one Christmas, and that she threw in her pot, and then she brought it in and gave it to me as a gift because she was so appreciative of her daughter earned 100%. Was a straight A student and continues to be in college to this day. So this is really special to me, but this is a creativity. This is something that is crafted. It was purposely crafted. She wanted the opening a certain diameter. The handle had to be attached a certain way when she threw it on the wheel for the pot. You can see the clay underneath it and her signature, and then she put color with it. So she purposely put ridges in there. She did everything purposely, just like we're purposely organizing and outlining our paper. That is so important. That's why I said not everybody can sit down and write an A paper. This is why. You have to plan it out first. If you plan it out, then you're good because your personality comes through in your voice. Your sense of audience, writer behind the words, comes through. You are the writer. If it's inconsistent, you're using dictionary. Okay? Well, my time is up. So, goes by fast, doesn't it? I hope you guys are blessed. Please stay at home. Please do not go out. Please follow the rules and follow the directions. I'll see you guys tomorrow, okay? See you later.